Tracy, pack your things and leave. You no longer work here.
What? No.
I can't afford to lose Tracy. She's an excellent nurse. I'll hate to go back in there and tell them that you've changed your mind.
Actually, you'd love it. But I need a job, so you win. For today, anyway.
Oh, come on, Trace, lighten up. You should be celebrating. You know, we're in the depths of a recession, and not everyone's lucky enough to be employed.
Don't even pretend that what you just did was doing me a favour. You shutting down the fast-track clinic had nothing to do with the nurses and everything to do with looking out for number one.
I don't see your problem. See, everyone's happy. Return the status quo. Fair deal for the sisterhood. Oh, aha. Now I get it. All the angst. You fancy me.
What?
Oh, come on, admit it. The whole work-to-rule business, a clumsy ruse to get close to me. But then I went and spoiled things. Oh, well, probably for the best. You know, the workplace crushes can really put you off your game.
I suddenly feel all nauseous.
Nothing you ate, I hope, Hunter. Pleasant night out, was it?
Dinner and a movie. I must admit, though, it wasn't a patch on the freak show at home.
Hey, that's enough.
Oh, my appetite suddenly came back.
Hunter. How about I make us another plate?
How about I make us some coffee to go with it?
Are you hitting the high street sales today, Soph? Are you kidding? I wouldn't miss it.
A woman after my own heart.
I was going to go this afternoon. I could pick you up from school on my way through. Sure, that'd be great.
Here's an idea. How about I make today on me? You two can have a proper girls' day out, yeah?
Well, someone's got their dad well trained. Sorry, I just remembered I've got something else on.
That was totally about me. You understand that, don't you?
Look, maybe things would just be simpler if we hung out at my place.
No, I am in charge of my life, not them, okay?
Damn it! I've lost my razor.
Have you tried the cupboard?
It's not there.
Top drawer.
No, and I can't find my hair gel.
No. Hair, clay, gel went out with the arc. That I binned.
Why would you do that?
Because it was practically empty. I was making some room for my things, and so I threw out a couple of your old things. Your razor probably got caught in the crossfire.
Your things?
Yeah.
You threw some of my things out of my bathroom, including my razor and hair product,
Possibly.
on the day that I'm presenting an extremely important paper to my extremely judgmental peers.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can jump in the car and get you some
There's
new
no
ones.
time.
There's disposable razors in the bottom drawer. You could use one of those.
I guess I'll have to.
They're pink, but they'll still do the...
Not helping. Definitely not helping.
Ups to you, I hear.
Congratulations really aren't necessary.
You closed the fast-track clinic. You must be pleased.
We made our point.
Oh, I just wanted to say well done.
Really? Well, maybe next time you'll manage to lend your support when it's actually needed. Chris. Phone messages for you.
Thank you.
Someone really needs to tell them the whole grunge look is over.
Oh, my goodness.
Midlife crisis?
I don't think so. He's a few years off that.
No. This has Libby written all over it.
But I forgot to tell you what Avia said to me yesterday.
Yes.
That apparently the whole reason I've been hassling him is because I fancy him. The size of that guy's ego.
Well, do you?
Of course not. He is arrogant and cold and a total know-it-all.
Okay. I was just asking. Well, makes for a fun shift then.
So as you get me away from the sharp spin. Then again,
I'm late, I know. I'm sorry. Medical photos of myelomas. Any idea where I can find some? Myeloma photos? I need some, preferably very fast.
This case study includes 12 histology slides. 7 feature myeloma.
You're a lifesaver. Wow, these are perfect. Thank you.
I never leave my preparation till the last minute. It's sloppy and unprofessional.
Well, my speech notes are done. The slides were a last-minute decision. No. My notes. I wrote them out a few days ago, and I put them in here.
Well, if you put them in there, then logically they should still be in there.
I know that.
What have you done? Chris is an absolute mess.
I know. I threw away his razor.
Why?
It was an accident. I was making some space for my things, and he's presenting a paper today, and it's all just turned into a big mess.
Back up the truck. Space for your things.
Yeah, well, he's asked me to move in. Well, more or less.
What does that mean?
Well, he said the L word, and if that's not an invitation, I don't know what is.
But he hasn't actually said, Libby, move in with me.
Technically, no.
Technically, it is his home. And the polite thing to do is wait to be asked. You know what guys are like about these sorts of things. They hate being crowded, Libby.
Chris is not a guy. He's a man. And I doubt it will be an issue.
My speech notes, I'm leaving in 5 minutes, and I can't find them.
Oh, I put them next to your briefcase.
Well, no, because I would have seen them. I'm talking about the pile of handwritten notes.
Oh, well, they were handwritten, but I typed them up for you last night. I know how hard they can be to read, and I thought...
You went into my briefcase? You shouldn't go into people's bags and mess everything up.
Oh, well, I know where they are. Can you get them for you?
No. Some space right now would be very nice.
This is so not good.
The difference between a psychotic and a neurotic. The psychotic thinks that 2 + 2 = 5. The neurotic knows the answer is 4, but it worries him. Don't you think that's funny?
They're just going to have to accept it's a done deal.
Who? The psychotics or the neurotics?
The kids, once they realise that you being in my life isn't up for negotiation, they will have nothing to fight against.
Yeah, I wouldn't hold my breath on that one.
You see, that's part of the problem. You're buying into it. We're just going to have to deploy new tactics. Instead of you spending less time here, you spend more time. We move some of your stuff in and you stay more often.
So you want us to take a step up in order to prove a point to your kids?
Not at all. I want this.
Really?
Yes. I am serious about us.
Okay. I will go straight over to my tiny, lonely apartment and pick up a few essentials.
Good. And hurry up about it.
The goals of treatment in malignant glioma are to alleviate symptoms and preserve neurologic functioning by reducing. Dead. Definitely dead.
Busy? Do I make you nervous?
Yes, it's probably that enormous crush I have on you.
More than likely.
Did you want something?
An IV line. My renal colic bloke needs pain relief. Look, I appreciate that this is a non-contract task, and since the work to rule is but a distant memory, I'm assuming you'd be up to it, yes?
Sure, I'll just finish this form.
Thank you.
This is for you. Couldn't see you starving through another shift.
Tanya, you have restored my faith in the true spirit of nursing. Nurturing, thoughtful, selfless.
You know, I think I actually hate him.
Oh, come on, don't be so mean. He's sweet.
Only because you're practically throwing yourself at him.
I see.
What's going on with you three?
Nothing.
Yeah, right, you're playing them off against each other.
I am not.
Yeah, as long as it's not getting in the way of work.
Nothing personal will ever impact on work and working relations, especially when we are busy.
Right.
Where have you been?
I got held up on the way. It put me behind schedule.
I padded for as long as I could. They're waiting for you.
Yes, there isn't much time.
She's here now. Thank you. You all right?
Yes, of course I am.
I'd like to welcome Dr. Gabrielle Jacobs from Shortland Street Hospital.
Good morning. As listed in your programs, I will be discussing trends in the management of patients with malignant gliomas, and specifically the role of chemotherapeutic implants. The goals of treatment in malignant glioma are to alleviate symptoms and preserve neurologic function by reducing intracranial pressure and extending survival. Obtaining an accurate pathologic diagnosis is central to designing a treatment plan.
Perhaps we could take another break. You're not okay. What's wrong?
Something terrible has happened.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Good.
I just need to do some damage control. Before Chris gets home, I'm going to put everything in the bathroom back to where it was, and it will be like nothing ever happened.
Good.
And that's not all I'm going to do. I'm going to cut down to 2 weeknight stays at his house, and 1 night on the weekend. He'll be practically drowning in his own company.
Libby, you need to calm down.
How can I calm down when I keep screwing up? It's like I'm a beginner all over again. I used to be good at this. How am I trying to kid? All my relationships have been disasters.
You are good at this. You just need to give him some room to breathe. Talking to Chris would be a good idea.
I can't talk to him. He thinks I'm a menace.
No, he thinks you're fantastic. Just say sorry and move on.
Sorry. You're right. I am going to cook him the most glamorous apology dinner known to man and remind him why he thinks I'm fantastic. Oh, I am good at this.
My guess is a severed spinal cord due to the impact, or possibly internal injuries. Either way, it's completely my fault. I lost focus.
You should have told me you were so upset. I'd have happily presented it for you.
Unnecessary. I have an obligation, and I deserve to take credit for my work. It's simply a matter of closing down my thoughts about the cat and resetting my focus on the seminar.
Can you do that?
Realistically, I should be able to, but I can't seem to stop feeling a deep sense of sorrow and guilt. There was a name on the little collar. Molly. And a phone number. She obviously belongs to someone. The conference is already running behind schedule, at least 15 minutes. If I were to freeze again, that could push things back a further 15. So I'll cancel with the organisers and we'll take Molly back to her family. We'll take my car.
Sure, but don't cancel. I'll deliver your speech, okay? It will be a great shame if these people were to miss out on your fine work.
I'm quite relieved you're here.
Whose are these?
I think you know the answer to that.
And what were they doing in the bathroom cupboard?
I wanted Brooke to feel at home. I've asked her to spend more time here.
As in move in?
Not yet, but it is a possibility.
You said Brooke was temporary. You said that she was only here until Mum could come home.
I might have changed my mind.
You can't change your mind. You're married. You have a wife and family.
And I am also an adult who can make his own decisions.
Right, and is that what you're going to tell Mum when she can come home and find you've moved some other woman in?
Sophie, we don't know when your mother's coming home or if she can come home. Look, you're too young to understand this. But life isn't black or white. I can't put my life on hold forever.
And what happens to me and Hunter? Do we fit into your little plan, or are you going to turn your back on us too?
No, that is ridiculous.
That's what you've done to Mum.
I still love your...
Liar! You're a lying, cheating pig. Move your stupid tartan and I'm gone.
Look, I don't want you to go anywhere. We are still a family, and I will love and support you always. It's just that Brooke is now a part of us too.
She's not a part of us. In fact, you know what? There is no us because you have ruined everything and I hate you!
Right, theatre's waiting. He's all yours.
Mind giving me a hand?
Go, sorry. Yep. What's the damage?
Multiple fractures on his left side and a probable basal skull fracture at a GCS of 7 on arrival.
Nasty. What was he doing?
He tried to jump into a swimming pool from a third-story balcony.
Let me guess, he missed. Well, that's what happens when you're stupid enough to imitate one of those stunt programs on TV.
Not that it's your job to pass judgment on patients.
I'm not passing judgment on patients. It's his parents that are the problem. Where were they?
Pardon?
Well, where were they when he was trying to be a stevo?
Mate, that's out of line.
Look, kids will be kids. No telling what they'll get up to. You've been a bit of a mix in your time, eh? Tell me, what antics did you get up to when your parents were looking the other way?
I don't really think that's him.
Staying out all night with the boys when you were supposed to be sleeping at your mates? Stole your mum's car? What? What's his problem?
Remember the kid in HDU last week? Severe brain injury, car accident. He was a close friend of TK's stepson.
I didn't know that.
Wow, I mean, it couldn't possibly be your fault, could it?
Why are you on your high horse? It was a genuine mistake.
Because you got a smart mouth. That's why. A big, smart mouth, and you love to stir things up. We're a tight team here, and we can count on each other. And I, for one, would like it to stay that way. There she is.
Oh, well, no point in putting it off.
Well, I have to think this through. How am I going to tell them I killed their cat?
I'll be right beside you when you do. Excuse me a minute.
I'm very sorry, but Molly got under the wheel of my car and consequently she's dead.
Hey, it's me.
Hello, me. How's the conference?
Interesting, very interesting. Listen, something's come up.
Oh?
I'm likely to be quite late. Do you mind?
Oh, not at all. I'm just pottering about. I'll see you when I see you.
Great. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, how's our pool jumper going?
He's still in theatre getting his jaw wired. They're going to try and do an ORIF to his turban fib.
Poor kid.
Yeah, his leg's pretty damaged. Be lucky to keep it. He's hoping, eh?
Yeah.
Listen, about earlier, the word buffoon keeps springing to mind. I had no idea about your son's mate, and I certainly didn't mean to offend you. How's your boy doing? Must be tough.
Yeah, it's knocked some sense into him at least. It's a pity it took his mate nearly dying to do it.
The one thing we can't protect him from is life.
You got kids?
You know what I've decided? Since I have worked so hard today, you should really buy me a drink.
Good call. Nice shout, guys. You guys in? Actually, that's a directive. You know, team building and all that. Yeah?
Sure, why not?
Tracy?
Okay. Is Hunter here?
I haven't seen him.
Well, is he meant to be here? I need to talk to him.
Hunter's at university. He tried him on his mobile.
Switched off.
You okay?
It's not your problem.
No, probably not, but if there's any way I can help. Hey, come on. Come outside for a minute.
Look, you can't fix this, okay? because he's a selfish, disgusting pig who's done a really thorough job at completely destroying everything. I don't have a family anymore. There's nothing left.
I'm guessing this is about Brooke.
And my sleaze of a father.
Must be tough seeing him move on.
He's not supposed to move on.
Sophie, just because your dad's found somebody else, it doesn't mean he loves your mum any less. He's lonely, that's all. He doesn't want to be sad anymore.
You don't understand.
No, maybe not, but I don't think your mum would begrudge your dad some happiness to you.
Yes, I do.
Sophie, your mum's gone again.
My mum's not gone.
All right, I'm sorry. Her memory will always live on, but...
She's not dead, Kieran. My mum's not dead.
She was my nan's. Got her when she died. At least they can hang out together again, eh?
But they're both dead.
Well, I think he means in heaven, which Shane must believe in.
Oh.
At least she cared enough to bring her home. Thanks for that, guys.
Molly was your companion and friend. I'm very sad to have taken her away from you.
Guess we'll leave you to it then. So, do you feel a bit better?
Not at all. As well as losing focus while driving, I let my emotions cloud my professional performance. I much prefer to keep things in check.
You're allowed to be human once in a while.
If I were to give in to every emotion I felt, I'd never get anything done. I have neither the time nor the inclination.
You know, I've separated my feelings into little boxes before. When I married Tony, my late wife, I convinced myself that it was a relationship of convenience. The truth is, I could have loved her very much. But since I had neither the time nor the inclination to let myself, I never did. And then it was too late. I've never actually said that out loud before. Anyway, the moral of this long and sorry tale is listen to your emotions. Don't make the same mistake I did.
I don't want to talk about this anymore, okay? You're right. Mum's gone. Forget I said anything, please.
I won't say a word.
You promise?
I promise it stays with us. Your mum is alive, though, isn't she? God, you've had to live like this, watching your dad get
Stop
on with
it.
Okay, I'm sorry. You can trust me, though, with your secret. I promise you.
Kieran, this is so important, okay? Nobody can know, no one. If they find out that she's still alive...
You have my absolute word. This conversation didn't happen.
Gabrielle, wait, where are you going?
Back to work.
You can't walk, it's miles away.
It's 2.4 kilometres, which would take me 18 minutes if I continue at this pace. That's quite achievable.
Yeah, but unnecessary, that's your car.
You drive it.
There's no need to be embarrassed.
It was an impulsive act, one I would prefer to forget, as I'm sure you would.
Look, I'm not offended. I know you have feelings for me.
Now I'm embarrassed.
Well, okay, that was tactless. It happened. We can't just forget it did, but we can talk about it. We're adults.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Well, your call. But running away from your feelings isn't going to make them go away.
And neither will a frank discussion on the subject.
No, but it might preserve our friendship. And I'd very much like that.
Yummy!
Do I lose man points for ordering pink drinks?
What do you think? I think I've got enough man points to cover it. Taste test.
Very sweet.
Just like me.
What are we talking about?
Man points. Maxwell reckons he's got them going spare.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, usually in credit after the weekend. What with snowboarding, rugby.
So, Mrs. Avia lets you run free in the weekend, eh?
You're presuming I have a wife.
Do you?
No ring on the finger. Though there might be a girl that I'm currently interested in.
So you have a girlfriend.
What do you think?
Huh. I wouldn't be surprised. Though, I'd have to say, if you did, she would have to be pretty down to earth.
That's a pretty safe guess.
I don't see how any woman could put up with you. Oh, that's a bit cruel.
Oh, though she's right in principle. No girlfriend. But enough about me. I think we should toast to the lovely Tanya for suggesting tonight's drinks. It's nice to be welcomed so warmly into the team. Manuia.
Kia ora.
This is not the way I usually conduct myself.
I know that.
I had hoped that by not getting emotionally involved with work colleagues that it would simplify things. Compartmentalization. After Lyndon, I will only have sex with people that I am physically but not emotionally attracted to. And I will definitely not have sex with people that I am emotionally and physically attracted to and work with.
Right.
Which is why I'm finding my relationship with you extremely complicated. I took your advice about connecting with my feelings and look at the result.
It's not a bad thing. I like you a lot too, but as a friend, I'm in a relationship.
Which makes my actions all the more appalling.
We can still be friends.
I don't know. My emotions are so hard to control. I know people think of me as Spock. But the reason I appear detached is because emotions are so confusing. And it's easier to ignore them.
Like I did with my wife.
Yes.
But you can't ignore them forever.
No.
Which, although annoying, is perfectly normal. So maybe you're more in control than you think.
Where's your evidence that we even invented it?
Where's your evidence the Australians did?
Do you even know how the pav got its name?
What's that got to do with the price of fish?
What's fish got to do with pavlova?
I'm gonna go home for dinner.
Tell him, it is ours, yeah?
All I know is this talk of food is making me hungry. Catch you guys later.
So much for team building. He couldn't wait to leave.
Yeah, neither can I. My place or yours?
Excuse me?
Oh, come on, enough. Quit pretending you're not attracted to me.
I'm not pretending.
Then, okay, explain to me why we've been fighting all this time.
How about because you're a prize jerk?
Oh, well, I was hoping we could be a little bit more transparent than that.
I don't know how much clearer I can be.
Okay. Because if you're not really interested in joining me, I'll extend the invitation to Tanya.
Nice. Wow, you really know how to make a girl feel special.
Actually, I do. But that's your call. Excuse me. Have you ordered a drink?
Still waiting.
I'm thinking of hitting the road.
Oh, I guess it is that time. Can't be too outrageous in front of the new boss.
No, there's a time and a place. Would you like me to walk you home?
What about Tracy?
You know what? I don't think I can go another round with you tonight.
She really had the gloves off for you.
Which makes it a very good thing that you were here.
I'll, just get my bag. Hey, Maxwell's just gonna walk me home. Are you gonna be okay?
Yeah, I'm about to head off in a minute anyway.
Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Night.
Enjoy your walk.
Tonight, we...
Hey! If I'd known you were going to this much trouble...
Oh, no apology necessary. You told me that you were going to be late and I just threw it together on the off chance. It's nothing special.
But it looks fantastic.
It was a bit early for dinner anyway. We would have been hungry again in a couple of hours. But you look exhausted, so sit down, relax, and I'll clear it away.
But I'm hungry.
Really? I assumed you'd eaten already, so it'll need heating up.
That's why God invented the microwave. Shall I pour us some wine?
Oh, please. So, how did your presentation go?
Good. Gabrielle's not so good.
Really? I thought she'd be in her element. What happened?
She ran over a cat.
At the conference?
On her way to it. It really upset her. So much so that she couldn't concentrate on her speech. I had to give it for her.
So she falls apart over a cat, yet she's so unemotional around people. I'm never going to understand her.
She's complicated, all right.
I was just about to text you. Dinner won't be long.
I don't want any.
I'd still appreciate it if you'd sit down and eat it. Sophie, get back in here. Look, I get you're upset right now. But you have to accept that Brooke is going to be around here. And no stroppy, immature behaviour.
Don't call me that.
Then don't act like it.
Dad, you're the one who's being immature. You don't give a toss about anyone else but yourself.
That is not true.
You haven't even had the decency to tell Mum that you've replaced her. What does that say?
Well, what would you like me to do? Blurt it down the telephone?
It's not like she's over the other side of the world. You could easily hop on a plane and go and tell her in person. If you had any balls.
Dopey is Gerald, the receptionist.
That is so mean. He's lovely.
I call it how I see it. Now, as for Grumpy, now it's definitely Carol, I reckon.
Oh, I thought you were going for Tracy.
What?
For Grumpy?
No. See, Tracy's the evil step queen. She's beautiful, but ruthlessly unforgiving and desperately insecure. And to compensate, she's bossy and opinionated, and she wants to be the most beautiful in the land, or in Tracy's case, the one that's always right.
Wow. Really thought about that.
And then there's you. But obviously, the lovely Snow White. Gorgeous to behold. Trusting. Always seeing good in people. And given the tolerance you show your co-workers, I imagine you're equally as kind to dumb animals.
Yeah.
And like Snow White, you have the perfect lips that every man wants to kiss. Maybe we should take this somewhere more private. My flatmate could be home any time.
What makes you think I'm that kind of girl? Snow White, remember?
I won't blow your cover. I promise.
Gonna have to work a little bit harder than that. This is a princess you're dealing with.
Can't we at least leave the pots?
You know I hate making love until the dishes are done.
But we're not doing it in the kitchen, are we? Libby Jeffries.
Yes.
There's something I need to tell you.
What?
Gabrielle kissed me today.
What?
I did not respond in any way, I
She
swear.
kissed you mouth to mouth.
Yeah, but...
She threw herself at you. You did absolutely nothing to encourage her?
No.
It's all those resections and dissections was too much for her to handle, I suppose. Were you even at a conference?
Of course we were. You know how I promised to be completely honest with you? Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm telling you what happened.
Okay. The kiss. Give me the details.
Gabrielle was upset about the cat and giving herself a hard time about letting her emotions get in the way of work. So I told her how, before I met you, I used to compartmentalize my feelings and how destructive that was. She took my advice literally and kissed me, which she regretted immediately, and it's not something that's going to happen again because I made it perfectly clear that I am with you, happy and in love.
Yes. Me too. And this is Gabrielle we're talking about. I mean, how sad would I be if I was threatened by her?
Absolutely.
Kieran said you came to the IV yesterday.
What'd he say?
Well, that you're after me. I was at uni, dummy.
Well, yeah, I figured that one out, didn't I?
Man, is it that time of the month or something?
Sorry.
Just because you're angry at Dad, don't take it out on me.
I said sorry.
Good. Did she stay last night?
No, she didn't. And good morning to you too. I have something you both might like to hear. Thank you. After a night of little sleep and much deliberation, I've decided to go and visit your mother.
When?
Today. As soon as I can get a flight.
Good. Run along, ruin her life.
You wanted me to do this, Soph.
You don't think this sudden flurry of travel is going to attract attention?
There'll be a medical conference or something similar to cover.
Cool. Well, maybe once you see your loving, faithful wife, you'll come to your senses and dump Brooke.
Morning.
Hi. Morning.
Working hard, are we?
Are you?
Oh, I plan to.
Glad to hear it. Hey, can you help me restock recess?
Yeah,
sure. You and Maxwell looked pretty chummy when you left last night.
Yeah, we had a very pleasant walk home.
And what? And anything else?
Yeah, it was surprisingly mild for this time of year. Start with the shelves?
Ah, just the woman.
Oh, have you got time for a coffee?
Unfortunately, no. I have to catch a plane in 2.5 hours.
A plane to where?
Australia.
What on earth for?
A medical emergency. My mother's had a nasty fall.
Oh, it's awful. How serious?
Details are sketchy, but I'll know more when I get there.
Right. Well, why don't I come with you?
No, you don't want to do that.
That's all right. I've got loads of leave on.
But the PCC can't run itself.
Well, it can survive without me for a few days.
Yeah, I'll be spending every waking hour with Mum. It would be no fun for you. Plus, I may be back tomorrow.
You don't want me to come?
No.
Do you?
I would love you to come, Brooke. It's just that Mum is a cantankerous old witch at the best of times, and when she's sick, she's positively toxic.
She sounded positively lovely on the phone last week.
She's a Jekyll and Hyde case. It's not a nice experience. A better experience would be you and me alone on a nice, warm, tropical island, would it not?
Yeah, it would.
Consider it done. Now I've got a dash, okay?
Any mail for me?
Nope, sorry. No one loves you today.
What did you say?
Morning, Gabrielle.
Nice day for clipping a vertebrobasilar junction aneurysm, wouldn't you say?
Yes. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, excuse me.
Must get on with my ward rounds.
Just quietly. I know about the kiss.
It was an irrational act.
I understand completely. The urge to kiss Chris Warner is, after all, not an unnatural one. Don't be embarrassed, but if you could refrain from doing it again.
Caesar salad.
Thanks. Oh, your cast is off.
Well spotted.
So, no fracture then. That must be a relief.
The big relief is that Dad's on a conference, meaning you two won't be at home sucking face all evening.
Did you say conference?
Conference, business type thing. I was barely listening.
Right. How's your grandmother?
She's average. You know, been better. I think the business stuff's kind of on the side, you know, two birds, blah, blah.
What exactly is wrong with Mona?
Well, you name it, she suffers from it. I'm kind of relying on Dad to fill me in later.
What do you got?
Tuna salad. You?
Ham and cheese. Did you sleep with Maxwell?
What?
Well, did you?
Let me think. He walked me home. We popped into his for a nightcap. We talked. He's very funny, by the way.
Hilarious. Answer the question.
No, I didn't.
Good.
But I might. It's very nice.
He's a player.
Yes, we all know you don't like him. You've made that abundantly clear. We obviously have very different tastes in men. Lucky that.
Kieran, can I talk to you for a minute?
Yeah, sure. Do you want to sit down?
It's cool. I just want to say thanks for yesterday. I feel like such a dick.
You didn't make a dick of yourself. In fact, given what you've had to deal with, you did anything but.
Well, Dad's gone over there today to tell Mum, apparently.
But you don't think he will?
I'm kind of hoping once he sees her...
That Brooke will find herself out on the backside.
Yeah. Part of me actually feels a bit sorry for her.
Well, I wouldn't worry too much about Brooke. She'll have her own game plan going on.
No, I think she genuinely likes him.
Trust me, the words Brooke and genuine are opposing concepts.
Well, if someone's going to get their heart hurt here, it's not going to be my mum.
Yeah, listen, can we finish this off later? I need to get back to work with 2 staff down on the lunch rush is all.
Well, I can help.
You need to just put in your resignation.
I guess that makes it awkward.
Of course, I would be more than happy to have your help. In fact, I've got to pop back to the IV later on, so it works out perfectly.
Okay, rip it up.
What, your resignation?
Yeah, I'm over all that stuff now. There's no reason why we can't work together.
Good. When can you start?
Like I said, right now.
Okay, you're on.
Cool. And, thanks for giving me a second chance.
Yeah, no problem.
Rightio, all set. Let's get at that aneurysm.
Libby spoke to me about the kiss yesterday. She was very understanding.
Great. Well, now that the air has been cleared, we can all move on.
That's not possible. Having acted so impulsively and unprofessionally once, I can only assume I'm capable of repeating the behaviour. Possibly at random.
That's highly unlikely.
But still in the realms of probability, and while you and Libby have shown tolerance once, I can hardly expect it of you a second time.
Well, there won't be a second time.
I'm making sure of that. I've decided to remove myself from any situation where there's a possibility I could again become confused.
Meaning what?
I'm going to avoid any contact with you, unless it is in a professional capacity.
Well, that's ridiculous. There's no need. We've had this discussion before.
Which clearly didn't work. This is the only logical and considerate way forward that I can see. At least until I can get my errant emotions under control.
Can you do an ECG in cubicle 3?
I'll be 5 minutes.
You happy to do it?
Sure.
Thanks.
An ECG is a doctor's job.
Technically.
That you're happy to do.
Work to rule is over.
And you two are being civilized and professional with each other.
We've been like it all morning.
I know, and isn't it so much nicer to work without all the aggro?
I guess.
You actually prefer open warfare, don't you?
No. I just hate feeling beholden to the tosspot.
The tosspot closed the fast-track clinic, saved your job, and now he's offering an olive branch. What do you want, Tracy? The whole tree?
Call me as soon as you've landed. Bye.
All right.
I'm fine.
You're not fine. I'm offering sympathetic ear. Doesn't happen very often.
It's Callum. Suddenly, he's taken off to Australia, adamant that I can't go with him, and with a different cover story depending on who you ask.
And what do you think?
Well, he's lying to me, obviously, and not for the first time. I think he's hiding something, or someone. There've been mysterious phone calls, unsigned postcards, and not a straight-up answer about any of them. Even his kids seem to be in on it.
So you think there's another woman?
Probably. I knew he had a bit of a track record, and I still let myself fall for him. How stupid am I?
No, it just proves that you're human after all. And that Callum is nowhere near good enough for you.
1 bag of coffee.
Yeah, I'm rapidly coming to that conclusion myself.
Do you really see a future as Callum? Are you sure you're as committed to Callum as you think?
Well, until now...
He's clearly not making you happy.
There is an ulterior motive here.
No, there's not. Just this.
Thanks. Back to the grindstone.
3 reasons not to go there.
1, there's the age difference.
Doesn't matter.
2, the fact that you're still at school.
Not for much longer.
3, that I'm your boss.
None of that matters if you want to be with me. And I know you do.
Shortland Street, 7 o'clock tomorrow, TV2.